it would be cool to start playing. I've been missing our game. So
Yep, I'm honestly nervous that I do not remember how this works. So we'll see.
I don't remember
I don't remember what we were doing, what happened.
through the power of editing, no one will know. Hello and welcome to Plus One to Gaming. I'm Chris.
And I'm Eric.
I'm Billy.
And I'm Mark.
And we are picking back up again with our 7th session of A Deep and Creeping Darkness, Star Wars VII edition. Mark, it's been a little while, so do you want to give us a quick recap of where we left off and take us back into the game? Take that silence as a resounding yes.
Yes, I'm looking to see if I had any notes that are relevant.
Well, hopefully we all got a chance to listen to episode 6. I posted that, right? It's been kind of a blur these past couple of weeks.
My life has been a deep and confusing blur for months.
Yeah, I feel ya. Or if you prefer, maybe we could do a group rehash based on what we remembered.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can just help me out, fill in some gaps. I believe in the last session, in the last part of our plot at least, this might bridge a few things, you guys made it to the abandoned mining town of Vermilion and explored a little bit. You ended up using the mayor's house as a place. It was the best kept house, so that was a good place to stay after your first day there exploring. And during the night, you were beset by terrible nightmares. They plagued you all night. I believe Gubt was the first to break his way out of these terrible nightmares with the help of his Mind Temple armor. He was suffering from visions of his team being destroyed and drug out unbeknownst to him while he was sleeping. And he was able to kind of rouse himself without any ill effect from the nightmares. However, Bidu had a harder night with the terrible visions he saw that were plaguing him. And he was, I believe, woken up by Gupt in sort of a panic as he was trying to check on his team, and Bidu found himself exhausted from the mental torment. They discovered when they kept searching the upstairs of the house that Aurick's room was empty, and she was missing and had been attacked during her nightmares and drug out of a window. She awoke to find herself face to face with a terrible nightmarish creature that had stolen her in the night. And they fought. Gupt was able to leap out of a window from the second story, land expertly, and rush over and cleave this beast nearly in half. And it slunk away and disappeared into the shadows, vanishing from sight. You guys went back inside to regroup. Gupt, bringing Aurick back in, and as you were regrouping and trying to decide what to do, there were strange noises and lights inside and outside of the house. I believe you were debating whether to wait for sunrise before making your next move when Aurick heard in the distance the voice of Inopi, the little girl they met on their journey, asking, "You being here?" off in the distance.
Don't trust your senses. These things have a way of tricking you from the inside. He says that to Aurick and Gupt.
I mean, we gotta at least check. What if she followed us here?
Bidu shrugs. To be fair, we don't have any attachment to her. That's her problem.
Attachment or not, I don't think I can let a little girl get eaten by those little slime dog monsters.
Oh, would it make you feel better if I sent a droid over?
That's exactly what I was going to suggest.
One eye. He reluctantly slinks outside and maybe sends his droid over while listening for the voice of Anopi.
Okay, so you're gonna.
Oh, I thought of it. So I'm gonna have it go in like concentric circles, kind of outwards, just scanning.
Okay, so you're gonna head outside and deploy the droid.
Yeah, just like out the front door.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you can kick the front door open, and the droid.
Bidu is
Flies
not a
out.
kicker. He's more of a
Oh, okay.
yeah. He's not that flamboyant.
My bad. See, it's been so long since we played. I just took your bodily autonomy. How would you like Bidu to open the door?
He's probably kind of groggy. He's still a little sleepy.
He's a little exhausted. His little sucker fingers are exhausted.
Yeah, so he's like, you know how like plants when they don't have enough water, they're like kind of droopy. Like their cellular structure's not as firm. He's just not as firm right now. He's noodly.
Okay.
He
so
noodly opens the door.
Yeah, he kind of slaps a little noodly arm against the doorknob. And the droid starts off and it goes off into concentric circles. It can hear, the surrounding. Can you hear through the droid?
Yes.
So you hear, some wind rushing over the microphones and the sound of the propulsors on the droid. While you're, doing that, Aurick hears again. Oh, you there? Oh. And she can tell it's kind of coming from the area near the cemetery, like where you guys came in from. If you remember, you walked in over a little stream past a cemetery.
Okay. Bidu, it's coming from kind of by the cemetery. Send your little robot over there. Your droid. Sorry, robots ain't a thing. Droids are.
So, quick point of order. Is this something that... Actually, let me just get in character. Aurick? Did you hear something, Aurick?
Yeah, I heard her again. But this time I could kind of tell direction. So it sounded like she was over by the cemetery. The way that we all came in.
Oh. Interesting, because I did not hear anything.
Yeah, did we hear anything? Because I'm guessing that Bidu may be focusing on like his droid sensors, but I'm focusing on here and now, and I'm in the same room as Aurick. So did I hear anything or even any sound at all?
Roll a perception check. With a 4, you hear Bidu and Aurick kind of squabbling over what they hear or don't hear.
Yeah, it could be a trick. Could be a little girl out there about to get eaten. I'm willing to take that bet.
Bidu sends his droid over to scan the cemetery.
You can see through your sensors the cemetery that you recognize before undisturbed, as far as you can tell. And you don't hear much, but eventually you see underneath a tree the sharp edges of elbows and bones and the stringy black skin of a beast. It's curled up under the tree, lurking in the shadows. Aurick hears a man say, "You there? Notice you've got a Republic military garb there. I'm gonna need to see your papers. Come outside."
Now, y'all definitely heard that, right? That guy talking about asking me to come outside?
Bidu just kind of stares at Aurick and cocks his head. He uses his little tendril finger to do like the come here motion, and he shows Aurick on his data pad that visage of the Little creepy beast creeping in the shadows.
Aurick, roll a perception check for me as you look at the screen.
Fuck, he's all up in my brain. Rolling rocks this morning.
You got inspo?
That's not too bad because that's enough for you to recognize this is the beast that attacked you and stole you in the night. You can see from the shadows, it seems to be there's something moving towards the droid's camera, and it's almost hard to tell against the ground, but you gather that it's probably blood from Gupt's slash, and you can tell if that's the case, this must be the same monster. And you hear still, and at this point, a almost kind of random track switching of voices from your past. There's people you've met along the way. You hear Anopi, you hear the Republic Guard who didn't threaten you, but questioned you on the bridge. You hear some of the Jedis, all of them kind of randomly, for whatever reason, asking you to come outside. And this beast stands up and limps a bit and then kind of disappears into the shadows.
And Bidu nudges Aurick friendly in the ribs.
Yeah, that was sure weird though. Man, it sounded just like her, and then started switching into a bunch of different people. That's odd. Just wait till it does it to you all. Y'all be freaking out too.
No, I don't blame you, but we have to be skeptical of our senses and trust each other.
So what we gonna do? We gonna try to sleep here over the night with that thing out there, or? I mean, you saw in that viewfinder in there, it was bleeding pretty bad from Gupt. I don't know if it'll really try to come at us again.
He looks over at Gupt and says, probably not.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to tangle with him even fully intact.
Yeah, Gupt smiles a little bit and cleans off the last remnants of blood on his axe, nodding, just which you translate to, if he comes again, I'll deal with him.
So Babwa Zingohuda fear Nakuzian Huet? Well, there are probably more where that came from, and I have a deep suspicion of where they live.
Do you have a deep and creeping suspicion of where they
Most
live?
likely, yeah. First light?
Yeah, I think that sounds good. What do you think, Gup? That sound good to you?
He nods. He's been listening to you, and if it bleeds, we should be able to follow a trail, even if it doesn't move as a traditional creature.
Everyone hears the distinct, shadowy, ripping sound of the fear knock as one has attempted to sneak into the building with you.
Oh, son of a bitch.
What?
So Gupt is still at the top of the stairs because we're on the second floor. So can we triangulate where in the building this thing is?
Yeah. So let me move some tokens and stuff.
Well, I guess in terms of like housekeeping, after we kind of established that there was one lurking outside, I think Bidu would have gone inside to like chat with.
Yeah, I assumed you guys were inside the whole time.
Okay.
And had just sent the droid out while you sheltered.
Perfect.
So Gupt, you're at the top of the stairs because you were on the second story. You guys are we'll just leave you where you are, having your conversation. Bidu can tell with your high level of hearing and passive perception, the fear knock is coming from the top right of this map in the building.
So top floor in the uppermost right-hand room.
It's on the first floor with you.
Ah,
It is located in the dining room. You remember from when you searched before.
Volta, Gubt, Aurick, dining room. And I guess he's gonna hunker up against this wall.
As soon as he says dining room, Gupt runs down the stairs and just right into the entrance of this. So this is where he would do his first, like that's where he would run right onto the entrance to, just so he could scan the room, you know.
Okay, so you see there is a fear knock in the corner materialized, and at its feet is pulling a sickly mix of kind of greenish blood with like a purple oily hue. This fear knock, you notice on one of its claws, like embedded where its body has kind of taken it over, like a tree grows past a fence, is a golden ring that has a snow blossom emblem on it. The beast like sees you, obviously, and everyone roll initiative.
It's clobbering time.
Heyo.
Well done, Aurick. And Gupt. Damn.
Yeah.
I would imagine Aurick's modifier is higher than mine. So.
Yeah, it's Dex, right? I'm +3.
Yeah.
So as Gupt has his back to the rest of you, locking eyes, about to engage in battle with this fear knock, he does not notice what the other two of you do, which is that same sound again behind you in the western, check that western end of the building. So, gotta roll for some baddies here. Hold on.
Play some battle music.
I was so tempted to go there, but I was like, I'm new. It'll just make me stressed out.
That's our audit and post. I'll see if I can find some cool Star Wars battle music.
I can't remember if anybody needs to roll for droids or anything, but keep that in mind if you do.
Oh, I do.
Mine goes on my turn.
I have to roll. Thanks for reminding me. So that would be 11 for Bidu's droid.
Okay, so Aurick and Gupt, you guys are at the top of the order. You can feel free to choose, who wants to technically go first, but
Well, I go first.
more or less you'll go simultaneously for the sake of things.
Yeah, I believe the rule is whoever's Dex modifier is higher on a tie.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's check that out then. I didn't know there was a rule for that.
I think so. That's the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
It's not them, it's a roll off.
Yeah. You could also choose to just hold your action after Gupt goes, I go, if you actually wanted to.
Did I hear the dude on the west side?
I believe so. What's your passive perception?
14.
You did hear it. Yes.
Cool. So I know then I've seen Gupt in action. I'm not super worried. And also I can't get to the one in the northeast corner because he's blocking the door. So I'll move kind of in line to shoot down here. And I pull my blaster out and I blast at it. I'll click the blaster on the 17 one, the top one.
Yes. Alrighty.
Does a 17 hit, first of all?
It does, yes.
Okay, so then I hit it. Well, I do 11 damage, whatever damage it takes. I don't know. So I step into the line of sight, pull my blaster, shoot down the hallway as quick as I can and hit it pretty square. And then I tell RX to ready in action to charge anything that comes in this room.
All right. So RX is kind of by the front door.
Well, he stayed right where he. Oh yeah, I guess that's the front door.
Yeah.
And he has a move that is charge. So he readies that action.
Okay, cool. Gupt is up. And Bidu is after that.
So Gupt already had his mind set up on attacking this guy. He hears the blaster. He turns around, sees the other creature. Immediately, he realizes that this is not just cleaning up. This is an actual battle, and he gets real angry. He goes into his rage bonus action, and he will run over to the one that's injured, and he'll just deal with that one first, so that they're not having to deal with two. And he will also, when he attacks, he will attack recklessly, so he gets advantage, but any creature that attacks him this round also gets advantage.
Oh, okay. Cool. Ooh.
That
was a 26 for folks at home and 19 damage.
Damn. So you rolled a
no, that's not that. That was both of them.
That's the second. My
that was
mistake.
Advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
So we'll see what the damage is. Hopefully, it's good. And he gets +2 because he's raging.
So that's a 28 and a 21 to hit.
No, the damage is 17.
Oh.
Nice.
So he takes his great axe and he just slings it off of his back, and in one fluid motion, just baseball swings at this injured creature.
The creature it makes a move to run, tries to kind of dart underneath the table. You've clambered up on top of the dining table, so you have above everything else, you're just towering, 1 foot on the table, 1 foot on the bench, bringing your axe down. It goes to move, but you can see as it moves that slice from before. It's one of its arms and legs is almost completely useless, and your ability to wield your axe brings it straight down into almost the same spot and effortlessly slices the fear knock in half. You hear it, and then just 2 halves fall to the ground, and that sickly blood spills over, pooling beneath your feet as you stand on the table.
Gupt just shouts to to his compatriots in the other room, just, and he's just angry, and he screams, "One down! Guard yourselves! I'll be out there soon."
I was trying to see can I mark this thing dead somehow?
If there's like a little X that you can put over it, if you hit like the gear. Oh yeah, it's too close to the side.
That's why. Okay, I'll just delete him. Oh, the Gup killed himself.
Oh, that Mind Temple armor was just too much.
Yeah.
He did it, so that's canon. Gup, in his celebration, accidentally killed himself.
He fell in his axe. That's why you don't stand on tables with axes.
I almost made him roll a athletics check because he put his token there, but I felt like that was mean. Okay, yeah, so that fear knock is just split in half, totally dead. And Bidu, you hear the sound of Gup's axe hit organic matter and then stone as it goes through from the other room, and you're up.
Yeah, Bidu's not used to hearing like sounds of combat, particularly that type of violence. So he like flinches when that strike lands, and then regains his composure. He knows that Aurick has identified another target, so he's going to walk 5, 10. He's going to press a button on his blaster to shoot a sapping sting at the creature. It has to make a Constitution saving throw of 13, I think is his DC to pass.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, so it's a D20 plus the creature's Constitution modifier added to that. And then if it's 13 or greater, it saves.
It does not save.
Okay, it takes 1d4 necrotic damage. Yes, and he falls on his stupid face.
Ooh.
That's the effect of it.
That's him, his stupid face icon.
3 damage to him. And then Bidu will use the rest of his movement to take a step back here and use cunning action to use the hide action with his little weavy scarf.
Okay, so you hide back up underneath the stairs. You see that it connects, and the beast, its stride is not entirely broken, but you see as it's lurching down the hallway, it lurches back its body and then takes another step forward. It's still coming. So the fear knock is pawing its way down.
Does my droid get a turn, though?
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. Let's see. It had an 11, so yes, it goes next.
Cool. I will have the droid ready the help action to help Aurick shoot it.
Okay. The fear knock, it is prone, right? And you see it's laying on, Aurick can see it laying on the ground. It starts to crawl. It crawls towards the corner. There's a small little kind of end table along the wall. It's casting a shadow. It crawls into the shadow and it disappears momentarily. And then suddenly you see between the two of you kind of the shadows cast from a nearby light come to life suddenly, and the fear knock reappears right between Aurick and Bidu.
So RX's readied action's going to go off.
Yep. So he had a charge prepared. How's that work?
Charge. Charge toward the target, then hits it with a maul attack on the same turn. The target takes an extra 1d6 slashing damage.
Aurick's, can you get to it? Aurick's has a little character sheet I made for him in here that should be clickable and everything.
Yeah, Aurick does. RX doesn't. Does it?
Yeah, he does. RX 13. I made him one.
I didn't think he did.
I might not have it where you can see it or something.
I see it. I'm going to jump in there and play as RX. Doop, bloop, 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 bloop. No, I can't. I can only see his bio and info. I can't see his character sheet.
Oh, I have it set to only controlled by Aurick.
Yeah, because I can't see Aurick's character sheet.
All right, charge.
Yeah, so hopefully all that's clickable and everything too.
He runs up, charges at him.
So that's spell save 12, it says.
So, okay, hang on. With its maul attack, this target takes an extra 1d6 slashing damage on top of maul.
Oh, it's if it hits with maul.
Yes. And if the target is a creature, it must succeed a strength saving throw against your spell saving DC or be knocked prone. So basically, I run at it, I roll to hit it with maul. If maul hits, it takes extra damage and has to do a strength saving throw.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's roll the maul attack.
That is maul, a 12.
So RX, he's expecting, he's watching, he's seeing these shots go down the hallway. He's seeing Gupt in the other way, in the other room. So he doesn't expect this thing to materialize in the middle of the room. Misjudges his aim, is aiming for the end of the hallway. And he bumps off of Bidu's droid and he misses his maul.
Yes, so then the strength save also does not trigger.
Okay. Bidu, you held a droid for your action. Does that happen when the fear knock enters?
The trigger that I held for was to help Aurick. So the trigger is on her round, yeah. So it does not trigger.
Okay, so the fear knock, having materialized, it sees the droid rushing at it, and it lunges out at Aurick. 14.
14 hits. My armor class is 13.
So, I should also mention, this is kind of just a flavor point at this moment. But as the fear knock entered into the room with you guys, you both felt its terrible presence, its physicality, and the nightmares kind of flowing off of it. However, Bidu's weapon of warning was able to predict its movements enough that neither one of you were frightened as you would have been otherwise. But that's probably something you should know. So the fear knock materializes. It claws out at you. It rakes a claw across your chest. It does 7 slashing damage as it breaks through your armor. Roll a Constitution saving throw, please, Aurick.
Uh-oh.
You feel as its claws rake across you, sick and numb. You see that there's a kind of greenish hue to the wound, and it disappears as your blood comes to the surface, and you start to feel yourself go stiff, and you've become paralyzed. I'm looking to see what paralyzed does, but it's not good.
Paralysis never is in any game that I've played.
So, paralyzed creatures incapacitated, can't move or speak. They automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws. Attack rolls against them have advantage, and any attack that hits is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet.
Dang. Do I get a chance to break out?
So you are incapacitated due to the paralysis, so you can't take an action. So I believe not.
Yeah, that's grappled.
Yeah, unless the effect says that you get a saving throw at the end of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the only time. I don't know how long it lasts. It usually says in the monster manual.
So yes, after 1 minute, the paralysis will naturally release you.
Dang.
Damn, a minute's a long.
That's a long time. So you feel your body start to stiffen up. You go to pull your blaster out, and you become paralyzed with it held kind of T-Rexed against your body before you could get it to level. So that is the Fear Knock's turn, and it goes back to the top of the order, which is Aurick.
Yeah, well, I'm paralyzed.
You can use RX still.
Yeah,
right?
so RX can go. He's going to try to maul this thing that's closest to us.
His arm comes out and swings, clamping out at the monster that's able to duck out of the way. He's missed his maul. Does he want to move, or does he have any bonus actions or anything?
He doesn't have any bonus actions, and I don't think he wants to move because he can't get between me and the thing. So no.
Okay, so Gupt is up next. You're in the dining room.
Right, so Gupt is going to move. Should be able to make it there. I was counting the table as difficult terrain, so he walks down, across the table back towards where he knows where the monster is. He turns the hallway. He sees the creature and he sees Aurick. In the back of his mind, he knows that he should pull Aurick out to safety since Aurick is paralyzed and can't defend himself. But he is just so damn angry that all he can think about is just getting this monster's head clean off with his axe. So that is exactly what he's going to do. So he's going to move up, stand adjacent to both Aurick and the monster, and he's going to take a mighty swing of his axe recklessly again. So advantage, but then this creature will have advantage on him this turn.
Okay.
That's a crit. My friend.
Woof. 27 is what Gupt crits out.
Wow.
All right, he's pissed.
Yeah, so that hits.
So I'm just going to hit.
That hits everything.
Yeah, I'm going to hit Great Axe.
The building comes collapsing down.
I can't wait to see what happens with
Hit it,
this.
I'll just hit it twice and we'll just add it together. How does that sound?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Nope. Oh, it knows that it critted. So
That's
9
cool.
plus 12.
Oh,
So
it did it for you.
Yep.
Thanks,
21.
roll 20.
Yep. So he just he sees this creature. He sees his his ward, the person he's been paid to protect, paralyzed and in desperate need of assistance, and he is so damn angry that his mind focuses for a second, and he sees the gap right in this creature's, like where the head and the neck join, and if it was a corporeal creature, that's all he knows. So he's going to try to just chop his damn head off.
The fear knock, as you rush in, you see it's slashed Aurick. She's become paralyzed, and it's climbing almost up onto her shoulders. It gets both of its hands on her. It starts to grapple her, and as it's leaning forward, you can see it extend its face and arms and neck. And that gives you the perfect opportunity to bring your great axe down in a powerful angle that's just perfect to hit behind the jawline. Its head comes clean off and slides over across the room. Again, the sickly blood splattering, and that fear knock falls entirely and completely vanquished to the ground. You all take a moment to deal with your shock. Gupt, you feel your heart racing. You feel your mind temple armor, and it slowly stops, trying to keep you alert and present in the face of mental torment. And you're confident that for a moment, at least, there is some respite.
Gupt. Way to keep your head on that one, Gupt.
So Gupt immediately looks around for something else to hit because he's just so damn angry. And when he doesn't find anything to hit, you see him start to calm down a little bit. His posture relaxes a little bit, and he just nods to Bidu. He appreciates the sentiment, but this is just what he's doing. This is his job. No need to thank him for what he's already being paid for. But he doesn't have first aid skills. So
yeah.
He turns towards Aurick, and he just looks to Bidu and just says, "You should probably deal with that."
Bidu nods. He noodles over to Aurick and asks Aurick to come over too, because I'm sure he has some interest in Aurick's well-being. I guess Bidu's going to look at the wound and just understand what's going on first.
Yeah, give me a medicine check. So you can see there's definitely there's 4 distinct claw marks. They're maybe an inch or so deep. You can see that, around the edges, there's some strange kind of almost like chemical like burns that aren't quite slashing like you would expect, as if there was some kind of poison or paralyzing agent that was in the claws of the beast.
Well, I can't do much about the paralysis, but I can at least give her a Colto pack. So I'll use a Colto pack on her to at least restore some health.
Okay.
While this is going on, Gupt is still on high alert. He has his back to his compatriots while he's just kind of scanning the hallway and the front door, and every once in a while glancing up over the stairs. He's just waiting for any more of those creatures to come.
Yeah, so in your rage as you were storming around looking for things to smash and fight, and as you examine the room, you see no threats, but you do notice that there's a portrait of the matron of this town, the mayor, hanging on the wall. You guys noticed it before, and she's a beautiful woman, and she notably is wearing a snowdrop ring on her left hand that's folded over her right hand in her lap.
Gupt is going to walk over to the creature in the dining room that had that ring that he noticed. Now that his rage is sated, he's going to kind of put 2 and 2 together and he recognized that ring, so he's just gonna go over, pick it up off of the dead creature. I'm guessing the creature doesn't have anything else. No pockets or hidden things for him to grab. No loot. But he's going to grab it and bring it back to the party and just hold it out in front of him.
Yeah, you see that the Fearnock is in fact wearing that ring that you noticed from before in the picture. It's still wearing the mayor's ring of office. It's an ornate signet ring. It's embossed with a snowdrop blossom. And you feel like it's probably worth about 75 credits based on its quality and make.
This creature was wearing this ring. I don't know if it was the spoils of battle or what. I don't like to think about the other option.
Gubt.
You see Gupt visibly scared because he likes dealing threats head on, but something that can turn you into this creature is something beyond his comprehension and terrifies him.
Gupt. I wouldn't worry too much, Gupt. I mean, you did just give that one a pretty nice haircut.
Gupt smiles and laughs, and hiding his fear, and he nods at Bidu to thank him for lightening the mood a little bit.
Bidu, you also remember, I'll help you out since it's been so long. In the library upstairs, you were the one who discovered these were, in fact, Fearnocks by reviewing Mayor Duvizin's notes in the library. And one of the things you discovered was that Fearnocks create more of their kind through a mental torment against humanoids that can last hours or days.
Oh, yeah.
So you all put this together that the Fearnock you have slain was the Matron Duvizin, mayor of Vermilion, who must have been the last to leave after the great tragedy of the mine collapse.
Well, it can't be helped, but at least her torment is now over.
He points, puts on the ring and says, I guess that makes me mayor now.
Let's imagine how Bidu would laugh, but he finds that hilarious.
But the ring obviously doesn't fit on his big fat pig fingers, but he does it like gesturally as like a joke.
It fits down the first, almost over the end of your fingernail on your one pinky.
Bidu does a sweeping bow.
Gupt. He lets his axe rest on the ground. He raises his one hand and he does a politician's wave where it's just like cupped hand twisting. He just to the empty room.
Is that from all the politicians he's seen? From when he's bodyguarded?
Yes. He kind of has a hatred to politicians, so it's doing it in a mocking manner. He sees them do it and he just.
Gup kind of closes his eyes for a second. He swears he can hear of the cheer of a distant crowd from a balcony.
Oh, that's awesome.
So as you guys dick around, Aurick, the paralysis releases after a minute, and she comes back into herself.
What up, Aurick? Mayor of Vermilion. Oh, hey, Aurick. While you were sleeping, Gupt became mayor of Vermilion.
Yeah, I could hear, but dang, that was y'all. Whew.
So am I. Paralysis.
So you treated my wounds. Is that last roll I saw in there plus 12?
What I?
Much appreciated. I think that brings me even back to full health.
All right, well, that was fun, but what do you guys want to do from here?
So what time is it? Is it? I mean, damn. Like we said, we killed 2 of these things. I don't know how many more are out there. I don't really want to. Seems like they can do a lot of cool stuff in shadows. I don't really want to go out there at night.
Yeah, at this point, it's been the hour or 2 it would have taken after your nightmares for the sun to come up. So we'll say that the sun is rising over Vermilion currently.
What the? Mine. It's nice that there's light coming up, but once we go into the mine, we're gonna need more. We're gonna need another source.
Yeah, I've got a torch, like lantern, but I ain't gonna be enough. I don't think to, like, there's more light in here than my torch puts out.
Maybe we could look around real quick and see if there's any remnants of machinery or something we could use. Shadow. You saw how they moved between the shadows.
Yeah, that was disconcerting to say the least.
Scratch paralysis.
That's it.
On contract. So I guess at this point, is it worth for all of us to fulfill this contract? To be honest, I do like credits, but I really don't want to be a Fearnock.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, I don't know, we disposed of them pretty easily. Like, it is, I think as long as we stick together and maybe focus fire a little bit, like, but getting paralyzed sucks.
When you said,
look like it.
When you said we, you see Gupt visibly like snort and chuckle a little bit. Yeah, we.
Hey, I shot that one.
I made it fall down.
He pats you on your head and he nods. Good job.
I did 11 damage. That's pretty good.
No, you're definitely carrying the team in this regard, Gupt.
Gupt just turns to you both and lets you know that he's paid to protect you, so wherever you guys go, he goes.
All right, I'm gonna go look for some stuff outside.
Yeah, I feel like we're so close. Like, this is the score we've all been waiting for. This changes our whole lives if we get it.
All right, but if they try to turn me in one of those things and there's no saving me, just shoot me.
Gladly.
Bidu's gonna let that one go. But he gives Aurick a side eye as they go out and start looking for, I don't know, maybe some mining equipment that might have some salvageable lighting sources that maybe we could use.
So on like the northern end of town, you remember that was kind of where the mining areas where there were some old speeders and loaders and things like that, where as you walked in, you could go check that area out.
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds like a great place to start.
So everybody, let's group search. Everybody do like an investigation. So you guys rummage around looking. You notably find streaks of Fearnock blood where it looks like the one slunk off this direction and then went towards the graveyard. You find some speeders, and out of an old headlight and some things, Bidu, you're able to fashion a small flashlight of sorts.
Cool. Well, Bidu can see in the dark, and I think he would give it to maybe... Could it be like a headlamp or something?
Yeah.
That might be kind of cool.
Yeah, if you wanted, you could fashion it to RX or one, perhaps. Or it's kind of a little portable thing. Someone could carry it as well. It'll just function as like a torch.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I would give one to Gupt or fasten one maybe on his bandolier or something, since he's, in a sense, like our point man. And then giving one to RX sounds like a good idea too, since Aurick has a light ability and Bidu can see in the dark, but that'll at least give us some light coverage, I guess. Is that cool with everyone?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I think you rolled good enough to pull that off. Okay, yeah. No, you're able to salvage some parts in this area. And you see kind of off to the eastern side, there's a path you haven't really explored or noticed yet, winds up the hill. And you can now see from this vantage point, this is definitely the way to the mine. You can see the entrance up a few, like a switchback on this path. And the river is up to the north of you as well, that winds around, which people had told would lead you here. What would you like to do next?
Sonta zingina duna hinga.
Yeah, I don't want to lollygag out here any longer.
Wontu zinga hua zinga deep creeping darkness.
Gupt winks to the camera.
Circle closeout. That might be a good stopping point for today, though. Do you think?
Yeah.
Yep, that's good with me.
Awesome. That was a lot of fun. It's good to pick the game back up again.
Real action.
Yeah, that was cool. Very cool.
Yeah, that was nice. It is sometimes good to play a character that does things.
Yeah.
I do love the fact that Gupt became mayor of Vermilion.
That's my favorite thing,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, I mean, in Gupt society, that's how leadership gets passed down. You kill the old leader, you become the new leader. So
Yeah.
he's the mayor now.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, that'd be, it's not a bad idea, really.
I just want this whole like side campaign, the Book of Gupt, where
Yeah,
Gupt
I was about
becomes
to
the
say.
fucking
I was like, that's pretty much what Boba did, so why not?
yeah.
After we clear this mine, we can start this town back over, and you can be the mayor.
Yeah, I mean, if we never report back to the company and we just take the mine, and this is our mine now, we found it, we worked for it.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
Although,
we'll
don't
see.
forget the Dastoga Deep Ground Galactic offers a percentage of earnings on strike discoveries.
Yeah, it's probably more preferable than trying to manage a mining community.
Yeah, that sounds like a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I think Bidu would rather just collect the residuals.
I mean, I've already Googled it, so just let me know what you guys want to do.
we'll spoil. Let's see if we actually even accomplish our goal when we get into the mine. Who knows what's in there? I mean, it's a fucking lair. We're walking to a lair of those things. I still think it's trouble.
Yeah, who knows what your goal even is?
Yeah. Fair point. That's it for this session of A Deep and Creeping Darkness. Will Aurick, Bidu, Gubt, and RX cleanse Vermilion of Fearnox, or will they succumb to their wicked darkness and become Fearnox themselves? Find out next time. Hop into your Discoga-issued starship and punch in +1togaming.com into your nav system for more live play episodes, character creation tips, and DM resources. Thanks so much for listening, and may the Force be with you.